I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning, West Rocks. Today we are live from the Panther newsroom. My name is Lucia Passarelli.
And my name is Connor Morris.
Today is Wednesday, November 1st, and it is a B-Day. Today we will have an advisory lesson during an extended homeroom. There's no when.
Any grade 8 student who needs forms for Boston should stop at the main office. All the forms and information has already been posted on the grade 8 Google Classroom.
Girls indoor soccer will be offered at West Rocks. Space is limited. Please see Mr. Amaya or Ms. Camerata for a permission slip.
Each November, the West Rocks community hosts a holiday food drive to support our families. Please bring in canned goods and non-perishable items to your homeroom. The homeroom with the most items will win a pizza party.
Today, our teams take on Ponus in the last regular game of the season. If you are coming to the games, please go directly to the gym or outside.
Each morning, we will announce the top homerooms in the lead for the Sportathon. These homerooms are competing for a breakfast party. Here are your top 5 homerooms. Mr. Ceccarini is still in the lead. Grades 7 and 8 need to step it up.
Help your homeroom by bringing in your donations or registering online. The more funds you raise, the more we help our school. To earn extra time at the event, you must raise at least $10. Don't wait until the last minute to earn that extra time. And now over to Dr. Reynolds.
Good morning. I know we got started a little bit late today. There was some weather that impacted everybody getting to school. That is going to continue to happen. I know we advisory, so we're in homerooms until 8:54, so we still have 30 minutes, so no rush. But as we get into November, today's November 1st, Thanksgiving is literally 3 weeks away. And then we're going to get into December and January and so on. Weather will change. So when we've had all that rain, if it's cold enough, we're going to get some freezing rain, some snow. That is going to impact how we get here in the morning. So make sure we're taking our time. We get in and we make sure we're leaving our house on time so we can get started. If we come into homeroom after 8:15, remember that is a tardy, and teachers will be taking that taking that attendance in Power School, just like when we do during class. If we come in late, we're keeping track of those who's on time, which is great, meeting expectations. And then unfortunately, if we're late, we are getting tardies, and after 3 tardies, we'll go through our school consequences. So again, getting to school on time, getting to class on time, which is good. You heard today is our first day with our student council. Homeroom reps have a very important job. You guys had a meeting yesterday. You have 2 things that you need to make sure we communicate as leaders of that small community. And then again, you should be able to report out next time you meet. So you have those 2 tasks that you're going to share and start off with and have a conversation with your group in your homeroom once we finish up Panther News. So good luck to our newly elected homeroom reps within our student council. Shout out to Ms. Golding and Mr. Cherbo for having our first meeting and kicking us off well for this year's student council yesterday. Today we have our advisory. First thing is Sportathon. Make sure we are talking about it within our homerooms. Couple teachers brought it to my attention. So if homeroom reps during your 2 things today, if you can talk about really what it is. Some of our homeroom teachers, we have some new students new to the school. Maybe some people forgot about it over the last year or so. If you can give some examples of what we do, the rock wall, with the inflatables, Gaga pit in half the gym. We have some things outside in games, that extra time. So if you can kind of talk about that too and what that is, that would be helpful as we raise money for rewards. We have our raffles. We also have our beats, things like that. So we can talk about that and have that discussion. And you can pull up that leaderboard as well. Today, within advisory, we're going to talk a little bit about hopes and expectations. And there's a poem that you'll read and review today as a group. Teachers have that within their yellow binders. We can read it aloud as well as within our shared folder. But really hopes and expectations, we kind of round the corner and our first quarter is over next week. We are going to transition to quarter 2. That's 1/4, 1 quarter, 25% of the way through the school year. We've settled in. We're looking at what we want to achieve by the end of the year, academically, social, emotionally, like personal growth, right? We also have some expectations, what we expect to get, right? So we have hopes and goals and expectations, what we want to achieve in the next 3 quarters. Now that we're into the year, we have kind of a baseline. And then we have some things that what may prevent us from getting those. Like, what are some concerns that we have? Is it something, in my personal life? Is it something that in my school life? Is it something academically? What are some concerns that I have? Is it a peer-to-peer? Is it my friend group? Is it this particular class that I'm struggling with? I struggle with reading, or I struggle with writing, or I struggle with math. Is that a concern for me? What are some things that may prevent us from meeting those expectations? Maybe my emotional regulation, like something happens to me, my first reaction is to respond, whether I think through it or not. Is that something that I need to work through and have a concern about? So today's advisory lesson, after our student council has shared and our homeroom reps have shared, you're going to read a poem. You're going to talk a little bit about, review our community agreements and values if there's anything that you want to add. And there's a tree within our binder that each student can fill out, or if you want to do this as a group and students want to do this on a piece of paper and a teacher and or other student wants to write on this, you can do that as well. This can be as a whole group or as an individual. It's up to how the teacher in the group wants to do it. And there's a hope and expectations tree. And as students write down hopes and expectations and then maybe some concerns, we begin filling that tree and having conversations about where we want to be and expect to be by the end of the year from here till there, and maybe some concerns that they have and students have about what may keep them from that. And that's really, and you kind of brainstorm about ways for possible solutions, and that's called our closing ceremony. And you're going to see that right in our plan around a rainstorm, and you can kind of read that through as a teacher. But really, that's what our advisory is going to look like for the next 25 minutes or so. And if you have any questions or anything like that, please, you can feel free to reach out to the main office. I'll be walking around, popping in to support and have some conversations around my own hopes and expectations. So see you out there. Now back to our anchors to wrap us up.
The W in pause stands for willingness. Be willing to think outside the box this year and try something new and exciting.
Have a wonderful Wednesday, everyone.